Good afternoon. I thought I would do a video of how to open a French easel. Had a lot of students ask me for a tutorial, and it looks like they need some help. But this way they can always refer to it and do it on their own, practice. Okay, so here goes. I will set my screen somewhere here. Nope, doesn't work. Okay, hold on. I'll set it right over here. And I'll be setting up the easel right here. So the French easels come in two shapes. The full box and the half box, which is upstairs now, not here. It's kind of 3/4 width of this box. The depth is always the same, more or less, yeah. So to set up an easel really quickly is important because you need to get to the painting. The way to begin is to flip it upside down with these parts on the ground, or better, on the chair. And once you set it down, you open the legs. In order to open the legs, you need to make sure that you're able to open the legs. For that, there are two little screws at the base. Unscrew them, please, without losing the screw, as far as you can. You open both sides. Remember, they will twist in different directions. Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. At that point, you're able to knock this piece out gently. There's a hole and a little piece that sits inside. Now you can raise the legs. These are going to be the back legs, the front legs, actually. Set it more or less inside the groove. Don't force it. There's no way you're going to set it right now. And you begin screwing it in. If you lose the screws, too bad for you. You're going to need new screws. So don't unscrew completely. So you're going to keep screwing that in. Now let go. Let it just position itself into where it belongs and tighten. Do not over tighten these because then you'll be in trouble. Okay, the same thing with the other one. Pop it out and set it in here and let it position itself again correctly. There it goes. It's going to start moving a little bit as you come to the end of the screwing in process here. Okay. Tight, but not over tight. Next leg, third leg, in the middle. You must loosen all these parts in order for this leg to even pick up. Once it's loose, you're going to open this up, straighten this leg out. You're going to tighten here. Well, actually, you're going to tighten here at the bottom. Then you're going to untighten this and flip it up and then tighten. There are 3 parts to this leg and there are 2 parts to this leg. Three movements, I mean. And then this is the part that extends, and this is the part that extends. Now, it depends what you're going to extend to. If you're on a slope, you're going to have one leg shorter than the other. If you are sitting down, the legs can just stay like that. You don't need to have a tall easel. This is going to be a really tall easel, you see that, and then you tighten. Only after all the legs are extended, you should flip it over. It's going to be a mess if you flip it and then try to extend your legs. Now you will pick up the whole box in your arms and position it up. Now you have a standing easel, and if you're going to do watercolors, you want to lay it flat, so there you go. But if you're a painter, you see my floor is uneven. I want to make sure it's horizontal, so I lower the right leg for myself. Looks like my house is very tilted. Okay, next, very important part. This is made up of two sections. You need to open it. Up here on the full easel, on the full box, over here on the half box, usually there are these things. You open them up. You must close them again when you're leaving and you need to go home. Otherwise, your easel will flip around. This is important. Now you're going to lift. You can't lift unless you loosen this part, the sides. Left and right side. You are going to unscrew a tiny bit, gently, different directions again. If you stood here, you go left. If you stood there, you go left. So it's like this. Lefty-loosey. Remember, going up. Okay, now what are you going to do? Well, you're going to tighten. I usually have my easel vertical. Some people like to do this. Some people, well, this is impossible. So this is where you go. You close these up. Now you have 3 more things to do. These 2, left side, right here. And the back, right here, in the middle. The back raises the center bar. The right and left raise the bottom bar. Do not confuse it with these little guys. 1, 2, 3. These little things are something else. They're completely different. I'll explain. So right now you're going to put your painting. I have a board I'm going to use as a painting to show you. You want to put it here. It doesn't fit, so then you need to open this, raise it up, and just drop it on top. Don't tighten the top yet. Leave it. Right now you're going to raise it as high as you need it. Okay, you're going to see where your eyes are, where your painting is, wherever you are, however tall you are. And you just worry about the bottom and you tighten it in. Now that the bottom is tight, you're going to position your painting wherever you need the groove to be. Hold it gently down and then reach for the back center and tighten that center back screw. I will turn the easel and show it to you where it is. It's right here. You hold it down after the base is ready and tight, and it's at the right height. You press a little bit, just enough to hold the painting so it doesn't fly at you, and you tighten here. If you had to paint really low or really high up there, and you don't want the easel to be covering your painting like it is, what you would do is unscrew the top, unscrew underneath a little, pull out these guys, and set the painting on them, outside the bars. That also works if your canvas is a little wide. Let's say it's really wide. It's this wide, so that's how you set it on these. These are like helper extenders. Don't lose the screws. Nobody likes an easel with loose screws, right? Okay, that's it. How do you put it back? Obviously, the back piece gets unscrewed first. Raise it up. Take off your painting. By the way, if your painting is wet, you can leave it. Okay? I won't show it to you with the painting left on the easel, because when you learn how to fold it up without the painting, without leaving the painting on the easel, you'll be able to leave the painting another time. In order to bring it into your car or walk with it, you know, it's nice to have this inside the easel, this wet painting to go home with. But if you don't want to do that, you have to take it out with the upper piece loose. At that point, I usually just, make it short and then close it off here. It doesn't matter at the end. And make sure your inner pieces here don't get lost on you. By the way, I'm sure that the store can always replace any screws if you lose them. So you go backwards. You unscrew this a little. You lower it. By the way, I want to mention one thing. When you're ready to paint, this box extends. And roll my paint inside. You have to make sure it extends nicely. And you can place your palette. You can place your palette here. You see how it's slanting? What do you do if it slants? You want to lift it. So what do you want to do? You can lower the back leg. Watch how this box will straighten out now. If I lower the back leg, you see that? Now I can make sure that my palette doesn't slide down on me. I put the palette here. When you pack up, you have to push it all the way inside. If you don't push it all the way inside, you'll never be able to fold the easel down. It's going to be in the way here. You'll notice it. You'll figure it out. Unscrew, lay it flat down. This is the moment when the box will prevent it from going all the way. It will not. So it won't go. You must push it all the way. Go down. It'll sit nicely. And you just tighten the sides back. Then, there's a way for that box not to go out now. You see, it's holding it down. If it's not pushed all the way in, the box can just slide right out for you afterwards. Okay, these are in. Clips are in. Two things. And then you flip it. Sometimes I don't even put it upside down. I put it sideways like this. And then I begin folding my legs. Down, unscrew, flap, screw it in. Unscrew, don't force it. Usually a lot of people force it and that's a bad idea. Unscrew a little, fold in, click, tighten. Now the bottom legs, yes, I would flip it upside down. It's a little easier. Start from the top, bring this down. Push that in. Bring it down. Tighten. Loose. Do the same thing here. I'm going to show you what to do at the end. Now. I hope you can see it. Loosen this. Now, how much do you loosen? You may think that's enough. And you start putting it in. And, oh my gosh, it doesn't go in. What's happening? This wants to go more out for this to go in. So do that. Allow it to go almost to the end. Now it can easily go parallel and click in there. Then you can gently bring it to the close end until the leg is really parallel to the box. If you keep screwing it in, this will pop out. Okay? The same thing on the other side. The side, out. Believe me, after 40 times of back and forth, that means you've painted for 20 times, 20 days, you'll get the hang of it. Click it in. Practice. I tell my students, time yourself. Oops. Time yourselves. You can do it really quick. You can get to painting very fast. And half of your lesson isn't spent folding the easel, and it hasn't started raining by then. Okay. Any questions? Write me a note.